Okay. Can you hear me? Welcome to another Purge of the BS, y'all. You already know it's been another long week, and it's still early. Hurricane's on the way. And for some crazy reason, our current vice president has lost the faith of the people. Now, before I get into that, make sure that if you're on here and it's your first time, that you like and subscribe to the channel. This is Purge of the BS, where the BS gets purged. So we're going to get into some BS. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you jump in the chat. Let me know you're here. Give me a quick thumbs up in the chat if that's how you feel. Nonetheless, the chat is once again not working. So, something with OBS. Let me get into this thing, okay? So recently, I'm not political. I'm just going to start there. I'm not political. I'm not. And I wish the best for pretty much everybody, right? And win or lose, I, of course, would wish the best for Kamala Harris, right? I would. But it seems like recently she's put herself in these positions that I'm not comfortable watching, right? Like, I'm not even comfortable ingesting some of the things that I've had to bear witness to recently. And I don't know if I'm the only one. That's why I bring it to purge the BS, right? Because sometimes in this world, you're sitting there and you think, is everybody else crazy? Or are they just not saying anything and we all think similarly, right? So sometimes that's what you want to know, right? Now, I wish the best for her. I see chat is working. Thank you, Zora. Appreciate you for just stopping in here real quick. Shouts to Zora. Anyway, we got put in a position, and when I say we, I mean black people, okay? Because I'm a black male, okay? And identity politics plays a part, but I always wish the best for everyone, right? And sometimes their best just ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes their best is like, really? So recently, unfortunately, current vice president decided to make her rounds, start to hit 60 minutes. She hit this podcast. And we're about to get into all of that. So I'm thanking y'all for standing by as I have to review this, because I just have to make sure I'm not crazy, okay? And I know I'm not the only one who notices things, right? So let me bring this up for y'all. Hold on a second here. I got you. Make sure you hit that like button while you waiting over there. I got you guys though. Hold on a second. One second. Let's go. All right, let me get my transition over here. All right, let's see. Can y'all even hear it? Oh, it's muted out.
Tell me how it'll affect a real person.
Okay,
so let's talk
check
about
this
how
out.
it affects a real person. The majority of women who receive abortion care are mothers.
Whoa. Did she just say the majority of women who receive abortion care are mothers? Wouldn't that be everybody? How would you need that if you... All right, you know what? It confuses me. And I sometimes I think maybe I'm crazy, but all right, whatever. Let's see what you got. We're going to give her a couple of seconds here.
In a state and by the way, every state in the South, except for Virginia, has an abortion ban. Okay?
Okay.
So imagine she's in a state with an abortion ban. 1 out of 3 women are, by the way, in our country. And she's a mom. So she's going to have to figure out, one, God help her if she has affordable childcare. God help her if she has paid leave. And then she's going to have to go to the airport,
Okay.
stand in a TSA line,
Right.
sit on a plane next to a perfect stranger,
Okay. Like
to go to a
most of us.
city where she's never been, to receive the care she needs. She's going to probably have to get right back on that plane because she's got those kids. Her best friend's probably not with her because that's who's taking care of them.
Okay, hold on. Now, I'm a male, first and foremost, so I can't speak on everything that would be considered women's issues, right? But the woman that she's describing is someone who literally can't afford another child, and they're going through this because of that. When you are honest with yourself, right? What she's talking about, she said this woman has other kids and she got to go out of town. She got to find childcare. She got to do all this stuff to go stop from having another child in that situation. So that's a pretty extreme example that she used, like right off the top. And I think when you deal in extremes, you kind of miss the middle ground in there. I'm sure if you went statistically, I hope if you go statistically, you don't see that, let's say 85%, like she was saying, like 85% of women are women in that situation, because that's what she just said. She said because that's what she started with, was the 85% thing, and that's why I stopped with that. I was like, well, hold up, everybody. But you know what I'm saying. So she's saying 85% of women who go through that particular procedure are in that situation that she just described. I don't know how I feel about that. It just seems, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm different. It just seems like something's not right with that train of thought. Because one, if it's, I'm not going to get into it because, I'll get hit by the feminists or whoever upset because I'm saying my piece. But that don't make sense to me. Sorry if I offend. But it doesn't make sense. I'm going to give her another 30 seconds. Hold on. Let's go.
For the kids. To get back in that TSA line, to get back on a plane, to go home.
And that's all if they can even afford the plane ticket.
Exactly.
Or the bus ticket.
Exactly.
All right, so she's
Exactly.
talking about
Because-
broke people. I'm not saying. Look, let me move this back. I don't even. Here's the thing. Not saying that these people do not exist, but numbers wise, right? You pandering to a group of folks that's actually a small percentage of who's really going to be voting for you. That's all I'm saying. I get it. This reproductive rights thing, I got my own opinions on it. I feel how I feel about it because that's how I feel about it. And it is what it is. But if it's an issue, and the examples that she used in this forum was specifically kind of designed to be an extreme, I hate to say it, but it sounded like she was talking about a hood mother, you know what I'm saying? 3 kids. She didn't mention a father anywhere in the situation. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think that we see those depictions on TV, and we know a few people like that. But if you think about the population as a whole, that's not a good representation of women, right? It's not a good representation of family. And in my opinion, it's not a good representation of why you would want the right to do so. She should have gone more to the medical emergency side of it instead of making it sound like the chick was just couldn't afford another kid because she already got kids, and now she got to go through dealing with getting rid of a kid because that's expensive. Like the context did not work for me, so I apologize. Okay, I apologize. Because I can get carried away with my opinions, but just to me, it seemed like she missed the mark on what should have been the better, I guess, selling point for that situation. So let me see. I'm going to give her 10 more seconds. Let's see what
When Roe v. Wade was overturned, I remember my DMs were flooded with thousands of women begging me to help, and it's overwhelming, and I can't even imagine. I'm saying that in front of you, but it's overwhelming. And I remember people begging me, like, I just need to afford a bus ticket so I can get out of this abortion desert that I live in the South.
Hold on a second, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, right? A bus ticket ain't free, right? It's not free. But if you can't afford a bus ticket, like, come on, man. Are we seriously, is this really where we're going with this thing this time? I'm getting sick of it, man. I'm getting real tired of it. I'm getting real tired of the pandering. I'm getting real tired of people falling for it because I know we're smarter than this. Bus ticket. People called her for a bus ticket. They reached out to her because they didn't have no family, friends, or nobody else around them to help them get a bus ticket. Are you serious? And you want me to believe that's, oh my God, this is a dire situation. It's not. It's panderism. And I feel like I'm standing out here in the middle of the world and nobody's paying attention, or just a few people are. There's definitely a few, but their voices are not in unison because they're so far apart, right? And so when we say something about this kind of representation as males, it's like I can't say, look, I don't think most women are in the situation that you're talking about and would need to stop having their child as a result of that situation. I just don't think that's a good representation. I'm just saying. All right. I'm sorry. I keep cutting her off. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Also, I can get to a state, but they can't even, you know what I mean? So it's like these people are literally landlocked into a position that they don't want to be.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing is that you don't have to abandon your faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government shouldn't be telling her what to do. If she chooses, she'll talk to her priest, her pastor, her rabbi, her imam, but not the government telling you what to do. And that's what's so outrageous about it, is a bunch of these guys up in these state capitals are writing these decisions because
hold on. Don't you work there? A bunch of these guys? Don't they answer to you to some degree? Please help me understand this, y'all. I wanted the best for this woman. That's all I'm trying to say. But she's doing this to me. She's doing this to you. And it's almost an insult of the intelligence when it comes down to it. I don't even want to say all that, but I'm rooting for you. Whether you win or lose, I can root for you to do the best that you can and to show improve for yourself, your family, and your legacy. I don't care if you win or lose, but I don't want you to embarrass yourself so that the next time you can't be considered, and anybody that looks like you, even though according to certain research, there's an issue with the blackness thing, but it doesn't matter. The point is, this is a chance for you to show improve. And it's proving that you can't show. And I feel like somebody's not advising this woman correctly. Like, you telling me about Congress and them, but truth be told, you run that. when it really comes down to it. So what are we going to do about that? We have nothing to do with that. If you can't fix that, we can't fix that. So what are you telling us about it for? You need to be saying, look, I'm going to go down there and tell them they need to do X, Y, and Z. And then show that action, and people will believe it. That's literally all she has to do. And that's what people keep asking for, is this action piece, right? It's like they want this action piece. If you bring action, then people will understand you and be willing to listen to you, because you do stuff. I hate to say it, Trump be doing stuff. It might not be the best stuff, but he'll say something and he'll be like, yo, let's do this. And then people will do it. And then later he's like, maybe we shouldn't have done that. But at least there's action involved. There's thought and action. And I appreciate that to a certain degree. Anyway, thank y'all for stopping in here. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going live so I don't get fined by the algorithm, and I like it. I appreciate it for everybody that came through. Now, when I get into this next part here, right? If you guys don't know, the podcast that she was on was called Call Her Daddy. It's a podcast that's not something that I would watch. It's kind of, I don't want to call it ratchet. It's just a little, I don't know. It's just not my kind of content. You know, people like it. So whoever likes it, y'all like it, whatever. But she went on this particular podcast because she wanted to kind of identify with a younger crowd who was a little more liberal and kind of out there, you know. So she went on there, and the entire conversation, at least from what I saw, had to do with rights for reproductive rights, as they call it, reproductive care. And me personally, that's not a big thing for me, because, you know, not all of us worry about that to the same degree. Some of us are a little more responsible, and some of us just don't really subscribe to that kind of situation, you know. We let God make the decisions, and we leave it up to us to either take care of that situation or take care of the situation that comes as a result of. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep moving here, but nonetheless, so she goes on this podcast. People don't like it. They got like 60,000 dislikes on the thing. It was kind of crazy, actually, right? And so she goes on to 60 Minutes, right? And she went on 60 Minutes, and there was this big, I forgot the dude's name, but he looked like Arthur Ashe to me. He really does. He's got the mustache. I'm going to show you him in a second here. He got the mustache, right? And he comes on this joint.
That my economic plan would...
Hold on a second. I got it. He comes on this joint, and he looks like Arthur Ashe, right? And he's the first interviewer I've seen so far that actually asked a question, then didn't really get the answer to it, and kind of follow back up, kind of like how the press people do when they're at the little press conferences, and the people try to dodge the question, and they come with these little follow-up questions, and they try to get them to get a sound bite. This dude did well, okay? He kind of reminded me of the police sergeant from Police Academy. Not the police sergeant. The dude Hightower or whatever. The big, tall, black dude with the thick mustache. Just old and slim. So, well, let's not say old. Elderly and seasoned and not overweight. Okay? Anyway. So, she goes on here talking about the economic plan, and he asks her a question. Let's check it out.
Strengthen America's economy. His would weaken it.
But
my plan, Bill, if you don't mind, my plan is about saying that when you invest in small businesses, you invest in the middle class, and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
But pardon me, Madam Vice President. The question was, how are you going to pay for it?
Well, one of the things is I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes. It is not right.
Hold up. Look at my man's face, right? He's like, oh, really? Tell me more. Yo, this dude's face right here. This is a classic. Nonetheless, let me let him keep going. I'm sorry.
Right? That teachers and nurses and firefighters are paying a higher tax rate than billionaires and the biggest corporations. And I plan on making that fair.
But we're dealing with the real world here.
But the real world includes...
How are you going to get this through Congress?
Yo.
You know, when you talk quietly with a lot of folks in Congress, they know exactly what I'm talking about because their constituents know exactly what I'm talking about. Their constituents are those firefighters and teachers and nurses. Their constituents are middle-class, hardworking folk.
And Congress has shown no inclination to move in your direction.
I disagree with you.
Yo.
There are plenty of leaders in Congress who understand and know
Come on.
that the Trump tax cuts blew up our federal deficit. None of us, and certainly I cannot afford to be myopic in terms of how I think about strengthening America's economy. Let me tell you something. I am a devout public servant. You know that. I am also a capitalist.
All right, that's enough for me. You know, I can't handle too much of that. That was too much. You got the point, though. What I'm trying to say is, when asked the follow-up question, she stumbled upon that, still never really answered anything, and here we go. So, what's going on? Can somebody please tell me what's going on and why? What's the point of this? Meanwhile, there's rockets being shot overseas. Like rockets. Boom, boom. Rockets. Rockets. You understand what I'm saying? And we are over here worrying about Diddy. And we have an election coming up with two people that we really don't know what they gonna do. Ain't nobody said nothing yet. But she does already have the job, or at least one of the jobs that a person would need to have to do certain things. And all it takes is a little action. Like, how is Trump meeting with Zelensky? He's not even the president. How are you meeting with the president of other countries and you're not the president of a country? Now, granted, he's a former president, so I guess they get a little leeway with that. But still. Meanwhile, she's going on here with Arthur Ashe over here and not able to really make her definitive point. And then on the other end of that, Joe Biden is selling everybody short. And we just sitting here watching it like, what are we supposed to do with that? We can't do nothing. There's no third party. It is what it is. We got these folks. But I just don't, if this is all you have and you just admit to that and say, look, this is what I got and I'm going to just go this route because I just don't want to go that route. Like, it's not even putting thought into it. I would respect that. I would respect that. I can't respect people looking at stuff that's crazy and acting like it's normal. Okay? That's it. Reproductive rights, you should have a right to reproduce when you feel like it. But should you reproduce, which to me is when you reproduce, understand what I'm saying? That's for me. Because those ones that I reproduced are now here and grown up. So it happened when it did. That's how I feel. But do I feel people should have certain choices? Yes, I'd also feel that. Do I think those are good choices? Not necessarily. Would I make those choices? Probably not. You see what I'm saying? So it's okay to agree to disagree on certain things. It's okay to not be eye to eye all the daggone time. That's how we open up good conversation. But when you start talking that goofy shit, we got to put a stop to it. That's why I had to stop the video. I couldn't take anymore. It's as simple as this. The people that live here know what's really going on. And every once in a while, you'll hear somebody talk about it. It's all about the cost of energy. I've been saying it Nobody's listening, but that's why Elon is trying to make these alternative ways in electricity and all, because he understands the cost of energy runs everything. She understands that. I just don't understand why she don't let us know how much she actually understands. It's very foggy, and I don't like foggy. I like definitive. I know what Trump's going to do because he's too honest. He's dangerously honest. Like, hold up, don't let him do that. Like, that's how honest he is. So I at least know where he comes from, and I can make an informed decision based on that. I'm not able to do this with this woman, and it's bothering me that nobody else has an issue with it. I just don't understand where everybody's at. Where y'all at? Where is y'all at? Yeah, we're going over the news. You know why we're going over the news? Anybody that's new to the channel, I don't normally do just news type stuff, right? But for whatever reason, they're letting me cover the news without giving me any hassles or strikes. So I'm going to keep doing it for them since they're allowing me to get the watch time out there. So shouts to YouTube algorithm for letting me get in a couple minutes tonight so I don't get fined. So nonetheless, after that, for those that don't know, there's a hurricane coming, right? And the hurricane
that we are at our best when we work together and coordinate resources, coordinate our communications to the maximum effect for the community that has been impacted. And the federal relief and assistance that...
Hold up, I misspoke. This is not the hurricane coming. This is the last one. And she came through... Is that North Carolina? Is it North Carolina? All right, it's North Carolina. North Carolina and Georgia, a week or so after the storm, and told the people that she would give them $750 to help with their needs. So I'm going to let y'all listen to that, and then we'll talk about it.
That we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity. But also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online. And
okay, hold on a second now. From what I've seen in footage, there's no way to get to a few spots. Most likely the places that are really going to need the aid that she's talking about. No electricity, no power, no internet. That's what this whole, I think it was Starlink or whatever. That's why they're trying to get out there. So FEMA's not going out there. They already said that. They already said they can't go to the impassable roads. They're not going to take four-wheelers and, little dirt buggies and stuff like dune buggies or whatever. They're not doing all that. They got to wait for somebody to come and patch it up. So there's civilians going to help people out, but not the FEMA folks. So that $750, that ain't really coming like that. Secondarily, $750 ain't a lot. That's not even a month of bills. That's some people's car note, honestly. Like $750, I get it. You might, it'll get you moving, as you would expect. To get you a little something for a hot second. But the problem that came up after the fact, you find out that FEMA was broke. Yep, FEMA was broke. And then FEMA didn't have any more money than the $750. To be honest, I got more than that for COVID. Most people did. And it didn't require much of an application. They just sent it. Like they was just dropping it in accounts. So why they can't do that again? Anybody wonder? Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe. Or maybe not. I'm going to give her 10 more seconds. Let's see what else you're talking about over here.
I encourage people to do that. FEMA will just basically verify your address, and then the process should take hold. FEMA is also providing tens of thousands more dollars for folks to help them be able to deal with home repair, to be able to cover a deductible. when and if they have insurance, and also hotel costs. Today, I'm also announcing that the President has approved the Governor's request for 100% federal reimbursement of local costs. And Mayor, as you have pointed out.
Hold on now. Hold up. All right. All right, guys. I've been trying with this. Did you hear what was stated? I'm gonna repeat it in case you missed it. When she used the term reimbursable, that means you gotta have it first, and then they might give you some of that back. That's how reimbursable works. Anybody that's had that kind of stuff at your job, for a lot of people, it's not easy to get those reimbursable expenses. You got to go through a whole lot of receipts and a whole lot of headache to get those back. So, with that being said, is the money that we're handing out to the other countries of the world, is that reimbursable? I don't think so. It's not reimbursable. It's just given. It's just like a gift. It's not even a loan. It is a ACH payment. You understand? That's a direct deposit. It's not even a loan. But these people have to get a deductible met first. Then their insurance, when they charge them more money than what the house is actually worth, then they can get this credit. This is really what's going on. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I've seen them areas. I drove right up 95 the day after the storm, like right behind the storm, as it was moving up. And I saw some stuff I had never seen before. Like, I saw some destruction I had never seen before. Whole towns, just water everywhere. There was power out for miles. No gas, lines all the way down the street for whoever did have it. That was crazy. And $750 ain't a lot of money. That's all I'm saying. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. And people could have easily got around the payments the same way they did COVID and the rest of that. They was just blow hitting you. None of them people file taxes. For the ones that don't, you go find them, right? But everybody else whose joint was on file, blow, hit them off, right? Nope. They got to find some paperwork or the internet or whatever. That seems like an ineffective use of resources. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Am I by myself? I might be by myself. I don't even care no more. I might be by myself. But anybody that is in here, thank you for stopping through. I appreciate it. If nobody else told you, you're in the right spot for today. It is Tuesday night. I'm almost done, but not quite. Okay? So nonetheless, on top of that, now Ron DeSantis won't call her back. She's offering aid. He says he's already got it made. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, he's talking to Joe Biden on the side. And Joe Biden's letting whatever slide. So what are we supposed to do now? Nothing. But what you won't do is not call the black woman back, if she's black. We're still up for debate. Candace Owens did a lot of investigation and nobody debunked anything, so let's just be real. Something ain't right. You want to go find something different, go find it. Please. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like it's genuine. It's like a part that you play, that you act. And if you act a part long enough, you think it's natural, but some of us can still see through that bullshit. And I feel like it's just too exposed. It's too exposed. So if y'all didn't notice, Joe Biden been selling her out lately, telling her that everything is really that you don't like about him is really her fault, and he's throwing her under the bus. If you don't notice, he's also wearing a lot more red lately. He's been having red in his ties, and he's really been, because think about it, man. They kicked him out of his job. Like, just kicked him out like, nah, man, we good. After all that time he spent in politics, and that's how you go out, just they push you out the way for some chick nobody really heard of before. Like, other than being somebody's side piece or whatever it was. I didn't know who she was. That's just me. Maybe it's because I'm on the East Coast. California probably knew who she was. But point I'm trying to make is, politically, Biden had way more experience. Politically, even if he was a little older, he probably felt, and I'm sure there was a few people that felt like he could still pull out at least another 2 to 4. Maybe not the whole 4, maybe 3, but that's what they thought. And then instead of allowing him to just lose the race, just lose it. Like, it's okay. I wouldn't have thought less of the man if he lost to someone else. But they just kicked him out like he was like some old fuddy-duddy, just taking up space. Like, all right, man, we had enough of you. Get out of here. And then they just threw somebody else on the scene, and what, he's supposed to jump right behind the person that kicked him out his job? No. So he's being slick. He's been on the low, putting her under the bus. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Hold on, let me show you a little Biden. Just one time, because for whatever reason, they don't seem to care when I do this, which is goofy to me,
little more
but
than
whatever.
24 hours ago, Joe Biden did something he had never
Let's see
done
what Joe
before
Biden
over the
did.
entire course of his presidency. He showed up in the White House press briefing room to talk to the media. And guess what he did once he got there? He comprehensively threw Kamala Harris under the bus.
Yes,
now,
he did.
as you
So let's
watch
see what we
this,
got
remember,
here.
Kamala
Hold
Harris's
on.
biggest task has been administration.
There have obviously been a number of crises that the country has been facing over the past several days, with the hurricane, with the port strike, with the situation in the Middle East.
Hold on,
Can you talk about how your vice
Biden
president, who is
smiling.
running for the presidency,
Now, let me pause this real quick before I let him get started. Look at that tie. Look at that red. If you don't notice, he been subtly shatting upon folks for moving about his job like that. That was disrespectful to Pop Pop. You don't disrespect Pop Pop like that. He put it on you. Anyway, let's see what Pop Pop said. Real quick, just real quick. I'm not going to play the whole
on
thing
these
because I can't deal with
crises
that.
and what role she has played over the past several days?
Well, I'm in constant contact with her. She's aware we're singing from the same song sheet.
Yep.
She helped pass all the laws that are being employed now. She was a major player in everything we've done, including passage of legislation which we were told we could never pass. And so she's been, and
See?
her staff is interlocked.
Interlocked.
With mine in terms of all the things we're doing.
Guys, where we at with this? Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but let me get to it. Let me get to it. First of all, I'm gonna close it out in just a moment here. And yeah, I'm gonna close it out in just a moment here. But I gotta wind this all together because this is where I'm at. I feel like I want to just punch the TV half the time. Well, not the TV, but just the propaganda machine that I call the media. I don't like the way that the government's running stuff. I don't like the fact that gas prices go up and down every week. It doesn't make sense. And then all of a sudden they go down because there's a hurricane coming. Well, why they weren't down before the hurricane? Why you couldn't bring them down before the hurricane? Now there's a hurricane, the gas is down 30 cents so we can get out of town, so we can buy it all up. So now there's no gas in the damn floor at the gas station. And the gas is cheaper than ever. And the second this hurricane is passed, they're going to go back up 30 cents. I'm sorry. I get a little stressed about gas, okay? Everybody okay with that? Everybody's okay with that. So I keep bringing it back to this cost of energy thing, and everybody thinks I'm just goofy, but no. Can I please get a break on the cost of energy? Can we get a break on the cost of energy? Can we please just get a break? Can the gas price come down and stay down for like a good 6 months and not even change? Not go up 2 cents, 6 cents, just come down to a price that's nice and leave it there for a second. Is that too much to ask? It must be, because that's not what happens. And no matter where you go, it's the same shit. I hate to say it that way, but it is. Same shit everywhere you go. Every state I travel to, it's the same thing. Everybody's in the same rat race, looking at the same bullshit every month. For those of you that have a 9 to 5, and you're sitting in traffic every day, and you look around and you might have a nice little mid-sized sedan, nice little $25,000, $30,000 type joint, right? Nice car, good AC, Bose system or whatever in it, right? And you look around and there's all types of cars. There's Range Rovers and there's Porsches and there's Teslas and there's Ferraris and there's whatever the hell else, Cadillacs, you name it. They're all in the same traffic with you, just as stressed out as you about the same damn traffic that they got to sit in for an hour and a half every single day on their way to and from work. We all in this together. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that? While you're sitting there in your car, they're over there in their car. Doesn't matter if it's a Porsche, he ain't going nowhere. He's stuck in the same traffic with you. Coming from the same job that he or she, let me be fair, is not feeling appreciated at, coming home to a house that he might want to do more with, that he can't do more with, or she can't do more with, or whatever the fuck with. You understand what I'm saying? We all in that traffic. Everybody out here. Some people are traffic controllers. And you know who those folks are. And there's only so many of them. But the rest of them are just stuck in the same traffic with you. Angry just like you. At the same things. Confused by the same things. But for some reason, nobody's saying that. Well, some people are. But I'm saying it. And I'm tired of not saying it. I'm tired of people acting like they're scared to say it. I'm just tired of being tired, y'all. Like, really, like, it is so annoying when you just watch people get brainwashed over and over and over again. And I'm talking about older generations, younger generations, and you're sitting there trying to give them real facts. And they're over there, like, just deer in headlights, man. Listen. You understand what I'm saying? And internalize and take this shit in. Understand what I'm saying to you as fact because I understand what it is I'm saying to you. People are just jacked up, man. I'm sorry. I'm getting frustrated. I'm probably scaring everybody in the house right now, yelling and all that. But y'all got me like that. Everybody that's watching this video, because I know y'all not stupid, and for some reason, the silent majority is too damn silent. They doing too much. They all doing too much. Everybody's doing too damn much. Stop. Stop all of that. Stop going on the Call Me Daddy podcast and putting Meg Thee Stallion on the damn stage and doing all this, they not like us. Stop it. Stop. Right now. I have had enough, and enough of us have had enough. Just stop. Just stop. I feel insulted, and I feel like somebody at a Diddy party. You understand what I'm saying? I feel violated. And I can't bring a civil case against the government or propaganda or blah, 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 or none of that goofy stuff they talking about. But what I can say is I am tired of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right. Let me calm down. I'm sorry if anybody's still watching. I didn't mean to do that. I'm out here yelling. Everybody's probably like, who's this crazy guy on the internet making all this noise? Okay, well, I am. Because I'm tired of walking around in the world and it seems like everybody's just zombieing it. And then I realized they were all just sitting in the same traffic. You ever sat in traffic? Anybody who's ever sat in traffic knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're like zoned out. You don't even think about all these people around you. There's somebody around you right now that's probably ready to go kill somebody. And just sitting 3 cars over from you, stuck in the same traffic. Anyway, y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. They don't hear me. Zora, they don't hear me, baby. They don't. And I'm tired of them not hearing me because it's as simple as that. We all in the same traffic. Stop. Stop. Stay in your lane. Stay in it. Stay. Stop drifting over here. I'm not drifting over there. So just be where you at. I'm going to be where I'm at, and we can keep going. But when you try to make me drift into something, I don't like it. I don't. I don't like being pandered. I don't even like Meg Thee Stallion like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't. So the fact that you think I do means you don't know me, and then the fact that you're throwing in my face means you disrespectful. That's it. And that's how I feel disrespected. I said violated earlier, and that didn't make me feel too good. It made me also feel violated, right? But I feel disrespected. There you go. I feel disrespected by all of this. I feel disrespected by the celebrities jumping on there. I feel disrespected by Magic Johnson. I feel disrespected by LeBron. I feel disrespected by whoever decided to make me think that their rich-ass life meant something to me when it came to the fact that I might want a little money from the government. Don't nobody never let me hold anything. They send billions around the world, right? They send billions. Can I call them up like, oh, can I hold something for like 2 weeks till I get paid? No. I pay taxes out of every paycheck. Every time. Right? Some bullshit, man. I'm sorry. It really is. It really is. When you just put it in front of yourself and just take away the emotion and just say, what is this shit they're feeding me because it smells funny? It really does. And I don't want none. I don't want any more. Stop putting it in front of me because I'm not eating it. I'm not. And I'm tired of y'all thinking that's what I need because that lets me know you don't really know what it is I want. You have no idea what it is that we're really looking for out here. You have no idea what it is. And I'm not just talking about Harris. I'm not just talking about Trump. Have you ever seen these people in Congress? Most of them, I say 98% of them, is people who I personally would think deserve a kick in the chest at least once every 6 months for just being dick nuggets. And I just can't stand a dick nugget. You understand what I'm saying? Just saying stuff just to be annoying. Saying stuff just to be viral. Saying stuff just to be on somebody's front page. In the government. Like, come on, man. I don't want to hear none of it no more. I want them to stop shooting rockets because that's a problem. We could address that. Let's, you know, like if they were like, hey, let's just pause everything else for a hot second and let's get everybody to stop shooting rockets at each other, that would be cool with me because I still don't understand all of that. And there's a few people in this world I don't like, but none of them I don't like enough that I would shoot a rocket at them. So whatever is really going on is pretty deep. It's not somebody messed with somebody's lady or stepped on their shoes or didn't pay him back a couple dollars. It's not little because it's rockets and people getting just blow, just blow. You understand what I'm saying? And we supposed to just be chilling. And then the only person that we have in the position right now to do anything ain't telling us nothing, man. It's so frustrating, man. You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop because you know I get out of line and people get all upset and he done said too much. And look, shut up and listen. Because the honest truth is, none of this shit is for us. Most of it is for people who have another agenda anyway. And we just got to find out which agenda does the best for us by accident. Let's be 100 million thousandth percent if we're going to even call it a fucking word. Because I'm tired of everybody acting like Kamala Harris is going to do some shit and Trump going to do. Nobody's going to really do anything. But because Trump is intertwined with business, it looks like he does stuff. It's more visible is probably the better. But they all signing executive orders and pardoning these people and that people. They do this shit every day. Like everybody else does 40 hours a week of like regular work. They do 40 hours a week of government shit. Have you ever watched the damn government channels? They do that shit all day. Be interviewing people for 3-4 hours, asking them just question after question. And this is literally their job. And then they come to us and say, this is the best we have in the whole country. So let's get behind it on this side, and let's fight it out. And then every 4 years they get everybody up in arms about some election, and nothing really ever changes, man. Nothing. But what is going to change is y'all going to stop fucking with my emotions with these half-ass political campaigns. Stop it. We're not getting dumber. Well, at least I didn't think we were. But really, first of all, I'm going to say it one last time. Oh, sorry. See, I almost knocked up. Y'all got me wilding. I'm going to tell you one last time. When that woman said that 85% of the women who need abortion care are mothers, it let me know exactly how she feels when it comes to abortion and when it comes to conception versus viability versus, I now see exactly how she feels. So it was very transparent in a way, simply because I'm the type of person that can read between the lines. But to somebody else, they would have missed that. And it's like, they make careers out of this. Do you understand? There's schools for debate and governing and there's whole civics classes on how to do this, how to mess with people's minds, how to blind spot certain answers so you don't answer it, but you do answer it. This shit is a science. And we're watching a science experiment with our minds as the damn prize. That's what we're doing right now. And I'm getting tired of it. They got my whole family wilding out. There's in other places about natural disasters here that we can't pay for because we sent money somewhere else. And ain't nobody talking about that. That's very frustrating. I'm sorry. And I'm trying to not be frustrated. I didn't even come on here for this tonight. I was trying to laugh and have a good time. It was Tuesday. But when I really thought about it and I looked at these clips and I'm like, you know what? Do these people understand who's watching, who's listening, who's even trying to ingest it? If they do, and this is the best they can come up with, this is the best they can do for me, I just don't feel like they doing it right. Nobody. None of it. It's all funneling everybody in these certain little boxes. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. Like, stop. It's almost like when people keep trying to sell you something and you're like, dude, if I wanted it, I would have been bought it. So you don't have to sell it to me no more. I don't care if you're from a middle-class family. I don't care about none of this. You ain't the first one to do none of the shit you said you just did. So I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it from the vice president guys. I don't care if you got kids. Nigga, I got kids, and they're grown. So I'm already a step ahead of you, and you trying to be the vice president. So shut the fuck up and get out of my face with that. Now back to the policy. Am I getting the $6,000 or not? Simple enough, right? Let's stay with the point, because we don't care. What we care about is the fact that bacon is $8 a pack for like a 12-ounce pack, not even the 16. You understand what I'm saying? You understand how? Anyway, they got me wilding again. I told them I wasn't going to do this no more with the wilding. I've been trying to calm it down over the years. I've been in my anger management, and I've really been paying attention, okay? So I'm going to breathe here for just a moment, and then I'm going to unleash once again because I'm tired of this bullshit, right? So every time you look at the TV screen and they spitting something in your face, please dissect the shit. And don't come at me with no goofy shit. Don't come at me with nothing about Kamala Harris. Don't come at me with nothing about Trump. Don't come at me with nothing but my 6,000 and my 50 grand or whatever the hell else somebody's giving away because they sending billions elsewhere and I can't pick the phone up and be like, can I hold something till payday? There's something wrong with that. And that's the bullshit. And y'all should understand it. If you don't understand it, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I really don't. Whew. That was pretty good. That was pretty